What I find obvious in this whole shutdown matter is Donald Trump sat in the Oval Office with Charlie Schumer, and he said it right out loud. It came right out of his own mouth that if he didn't get what he wanted, he was going to shut the government down. That's exactly what he told Charles Schumer. So this idea that it's the Democrats' fault is just bullshit, total bullshit, which apparently seems to be the stock and trade of Donald Drumpft. Trumpty, I call him Trumpy Boy. But at any event, ladies and gentlemen, this nation creates money right out of the thin air. They keystroke it into computers, they print it up, as everybody knows. Even Elon Musk, when he came in with the doggy, D-O-G, dog, E. And how people come up with this pronunciation, Doge. It's not Doge, it's doggy. But he told the whole world about the secret magic computers. Yeah, he told the whole world about the secret magic computers. Apparently, he'd been reading a lot of my stuff or listening to my videos. Anybody with a brain cell that still works, look up Shin Plaster, look up Bills of Credit, look up Specie, S-P-E-C-I-E, Specie. Look up the difference between notes, you know, the Federal Reserve notes, which they very deceptively refer to as legal tender. You have to look up what a legal tender is first to understand that issue. You just can't assume that it's legal tender because they say so. In the beginning, there was real money mandated by the Constitution, and then, of course, all the bar-carded sophists, the lawyers, got a hold of it and screwed it all up, just like Bill Clinton screwed it all up. And let's see, George Bush screwed it all up. Bill Clinton, oh God, did Clinton screw it all up. Let's see, on and on and on, from Biden to Obama. Obama screwed it all up with that mortgage-backed securities working group, right, Barack? Mortgage-backed securities working group. After I'd been raising hell about the wholesale, massive, unbelievable looting of the financial system using real estate schemes and scams and swindles. If you doubt me, go take a look at that Colony Ridge bullshit. That's just a couple of miles over from where I was exposing all this shit in Montgomery County, Texas. Just a couple of miles over from my home there, the old Colony Ridge. And you need to understand something, folks. This real estate scheming and scamming, these toxic zombie developments, this guy right here is the one who exposed it on a grand scale. I rose ever-loving hell in the former Houston Post before they shut it down. Right, Oliver North and Richard Secord and Catherine Austin Fitz and Professor William K. Black, just before they shut the Houston Post down over Charlie Wilson's war in Iran-Contra and all these real estate swindles I exposed. I'm the doctor, man. I'm the professor, William K. Black. Yep, Patrick Lovell, Eric Vaughn. Explain the Colony Ridges and all the other bullshit land developments all over Texas. Patrick Lovell. And get Doug Boggs. He's a little real estate developer. He can explain it to you. Doug Boggs, Patrick Lovell. You know who I'm talking about, right? Yep, from Lee Farkas to Jebby Bush to, oh God, Uncle Marvin, the BB&T Bank. I can go all day long naming the swindlers in the real estate schemes and scams. Charlie Keating, you know, the Keating Five, Lincoln Savings and Loan. And it goes on and on and on and on and on, doesn't it, Catherine Austin Fitz? She can tell you about the, let's see, it was Suite 8F group from the Lamar Hotel there in Houston, Texas. Tell them, Kathy Fitz, about the Suite 8F group. Yeah. And the real estate scheming and this real estate scamming. And here's one that a lot of people are kind of confused about, but take a look into the massive looting of minerals and gas and oil and water. You know, the subterranean property rights that are as fraudulent as the surface rights. What a lot of people need to download is I'm a landman with, well, quite a bit of legal training. I worked for this little group called American Priority Resources back, let's see, that would have been in the late 80s, early 1990s. American Priority Resources. We were sorting out broken titles and messed up chains of title and all that crooked real estate portfolio in the wake of the massive banking crisis and scandal, and that they tried to cover up by calling it the savings and loan scandal. Well, the banks got robbed for 1,000 times more money than the savings and loan, along with Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac and HUD and the Federal Home Loan Bank. And I go all day long how they swindled the pension funds, buying the mortgage-backed mortgage securities working group. Yeah, tell them about it, Barack Obama. Come on, Barack Obama. You and Eric Holder and Loretta Lynch, and let's get a hold of Henry Onken. Who remembers old Henry Onken and Ron Woods out of the U.S. Attorney's Office there in Houston? I'll bet you anything that Christopher Schwecker, old Schwecker, knows what I'm talking about. Tell him, Patrick Lovell. Tell the whole world, Eric Vaughn, about Witham raising hell in Houston about all these real estate schemes and scams and swindles that robbed the nation's financial system for, holy shit, look at the trillions of dollars that got taken. But I want to change channels here a little bit and talk about this religious cult, these religious wars. You know, the Ayatollahs and the Baptists and the Catholics and the Presbyterians, and let's see, the British Empire, the House of Windsor, and all these so-called Jews. Go ahead, read the Talmud. And tell me, were Abraham's great-great-grandparents, were they all Jews too? Did Abraham have any ancestors that were Jews? Stick it up your ass, Milikowski. Benjamin Nitwit, the Yahoo of Israel. You stick all your Jewish stuff right up your ass, Donald Trump. There, I said it. You don't go around murdering children. I guess that's why when, the SNAP benefits and the WIC and, all this food assistance and the medical insurance is fixing to, oh, my God almighty. But what does Donald Trump do? Yeah, he goes and plays a few $1 million worth of golf and flies back to the skank den there, the big party pad, Mar-a-Lago. He goes golfing, man. He doesn't give a flying. He doesn't care, man. The only thing he's worried about is making more money for himself and his brood. I said that correctly, Donald Trump. Your brood. Oh boy, America. And there's only one way out of this mess. There's only one way out. Y'all better start listening to the old hillbilly from Queensbury, New York, upstate New York, there at Warren County. You better start listening to the old swamp fox. This country's in a lot of trouble, and it's because of the corrupt Republicans who lie, cheat, and steal like Mike Johnson. That Mike Johnson's like, what a bullshit artist old Mike Johnson is. Last thing I'm going to say, folks, I watched Donald Trump in the Oval Office looking right at Charlie Schumer, and he told him, if I don't get what I want, I'm going to shut the government down. And that's exactly what Donald Trump did. So this idea that it's the Democrats' fault, bullshit. Everybody have a wonderful day.